Welcome to the Unpopped Review, movie reviews from movie lover and not a movie critic. Well, December is finally here, and what better way to spread the Christmas spirit than by counting down my top 12 favorite Christmas movies and specials. Now, in order to help narrow the list down a little bit, I only included movies that are about Christmas and not necessarily movies that are set during the holidays. So that means Die Hard, even though an excellent Christmas movie, was excluded because it is not about Christmas, only set during Christmas. So with that, let's go on and get to the countdown of my top 12 Christmas movies and specials. So let's start with number 12, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I absolutely love this 30-minute animated movie. It follows a family of mice where one son doesn't believe in Santa Claus and the rest of the town, including his father, does. So when the son accidentally breaks the clock that was meant to welcome Santa on Christmas Eve, the whole town believes that Santa's gonna skip them this year. And I think it's just a great movie that shows the importance of family and hope. Two things that I think are perfect for the holidays. Number 11 is The Year Without a Santa Claus. As you'll probably find out, I have a true soft spot for stop-motion animated Christmas specials. And this one is great. I love the songs of the snow and the heat miser. I also love the way how everyone around the world rallies together to show Santa how much they care for him. I just think it's a great movie with a great message, and you can't really go wrong with it. And at number 10 is The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. Now, this movie is essentially a Santa Claus origin story stuffed inside of a fantasy movie. It features gnomes, sprites, wood elves, and things like that. It's even based off a children's book written by L. Frank Baum, who is the same person that wrote The Wizard of Oz. And with that, I must warn you that there are two versions of this movie. One is stop motion and was made in 1985 and is absolutely terrible. The one I'm talking about is fully animated and came out in 2000. And I also must tell you that it's not a great movie, but what I love about it is just how unique and interesting this story is, especially surrounding the origin of Santa Claus. So although I do wish that there was a better, more modern adaptation of the source material, I do still love it and think it is a great addition to any Christmas viewing. Number 9 is Jack Frost. And no, I do not mean the terrible 1998 Michael Keaton film that features a father coming back to life as a snowman. Instead, I'm talking about the stop-motion animation film about Jack Frost, who is the steward of Father Winter, who falls in love and wishes to become human for the winter. The movie is about love, duty, and happiness, and even lower class oppression. I mean, what else could you possibly ask for in a Christmas movie? Number 8 is Jingle All The Way. Now, of course, I don't feel that Jingle All The Way is a perfect film, but I do feel obligated in adding it because it perfectly shows the craze of the holiday season. Jingle All The Way, I think, does it the best. The crazy parents, the deranged fans, and the kids just wanting that one special toy. Plus, as Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, "It's turbo time," and gave us this.
Put that cookie down, cook it down, cook it down, put that cookie down now.
I mean, what else could you ask for? My number 7 pick is The Muppet Christmas Carol. With all of the Christmas Carol adaptations out there, it was honestly really difficult to decide which one to put in. I decided to put in this one because it's a great way to introduce kids to the story and still gives enough for adults. Plus, I honestly just think it's really funny and I still watch it every year. Number 6 is the Bill Murray movie, Scrooged. You really can't go wrong with Bill Murray being caught in a nightmare version of A Christmas Carol. Smoking cabbies and nutcracking fairy and a somersaulting Tiny Tim is a perfect way to differentiate between all those other Christmas movies out there. And although this dark comedy isn't right for all families, it is definitely one of my favorites. Number 5 is The Santa Claus. There's almost nothing better than mid-90s Tim Allen. Seeing Tim Allen transform from a high-profile toy distributor into the jolly old St. Nicholas is fun, enjoyable, and a must-see during the holiday season. Number 4 is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Based on a popular Christmas Carol, this is by far my favorite stop-motion animated movie. The late Mickey Rourke is a perfect voice for Santa Claus. Add that to the memorable songs, the wacky characters, and the great story, and you have a perfect Christmas movie to share with the whole family. And speaking of family, I can't think of any Christmas movie more family-oriented than my number 3 pick, A Christmas Story. For me, it's not officially Christmas until I've seen A Christmas Story at least once, if not 5 or 6 times. The characters, narration, humor, and heart all make A Christmas Story not even a perfect Christmas movie, but one of the best movies ever. And honestly, if I made this list only a few years ago, it probably would be number 1. But because of the overplay that it gets nowadays, it's starting to get a little old. But still, number 3, not so bad. And for my number 2 pick, what do you get when you mix a young and innocent Macaulay Culkin, a Joe Pesci that can't curse, and a dumb Daniel Stern? You get Home Alone. Even with probably seeing it well over 100 times, I still laugh every time I watch it. Even with its crazy premise and unrealistic likelihood of happening, it is still one of my favorite Christmas movies. So what possibly could push A Christmas Story and Home Alone out of my number 1 spot? Is it the antics of Will Ferrell as one of Santa's elves? Or maybe Jim Carrey as an excellent portrayal of the Grinch? Or perhaps it's a holiday classic like It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street? If one of those were your guesses, you'd be wrong. Because my favorite Christmas movie isn't one of those. It is instead the 2011 computer animated movie Arthur Christmas. I can't tell you how much I love Arthur Christmas. I first found it and watched it 2 years ago, and since then I watch it 2 or 3 times each Christmas. I've already watched it once this year, and I plan to watch it again. But instead of giving a brief synopsis of why it's my favorite movie, maybe I should give it a full review. So check back on my channel next week to see not only why Arthur Christmas is a good movie, but why it should be one of your favorite holiday movies. So those are my top 12 Christmas movies and specials. Did your favorite not even make my list, or do you disagree with some of the order? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to head over to YouTube to subscribe to my channel for my latest movie reviews. And remember to always keep it unpopped.